Hey there, Photography 2 students. Now we're moving into the close-up filters section of our lesson. And with close-up filters, you could actually call them close-up lenses also, but the correct name is close-up filters. And the reason that we call them close-up filters is because they have a threaded mount that allows them to be screwed onto the front of a lens. However, they do function like a lens. Specifically, they function like a magnifying glass, but they do function like a lens by focusing the image through them. So technically, you could call them a lens, but they're called filters because they are threaded and they screw on to the lens that already exists on your camera. You'll see in this picture that we have three, and most kits that you're going to deal with will come with three different close-up filters. So, what you need to look at now is, why would you use a close-up filter? Well, there's a number of reasons. The first one is they're pretty cheap. $40 gets you into macro photography. You're not buying a brand new lens. You're not investigating other styles of shooting macro. You're just getting into macro by grabbing these close-up filters and attaching them to your lens that you currently own. So for about $40, you're into it. There is a compromise though. These lenses are not high quality, so you get an average sharpness of of an image. But they are cheap and they're easy to carry with you. Like you saw that little tiny carrying case that could fit in your pocket. So if you're on a hike and you have your camera and you take a normal picture and then you see something that's very interesting, but it definitely needs to be macro, you take them out and you use them. So how do you actually get these things to work? These filters work like magnifying glasses because that's what they are. You add these close-up filters and it brings the entire focal range closer, meaning that as you increase the magnification with the filters that are on the front of the lens, you actually will have to move closer to your subject. So if you have, say, a 3, a 2, and a 1 diopter, if the 3 is on, you're going to be somewhat close, but if you have the 3 and the 2 on, you're going to be a lot closer. Now, generally, you're going to see that these magnification sizes, also called diopters, come in a variety of sizes. You'll get a 1 times, a 2 times, a 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, 10 times, 5 times. They're all available. Each of the kits that we have, they are not all standardized, so you might have kits that have a 1, a 2, and a 3, or a 1 and a 3 and a 4, or a 2, 3, and 4. Just remember that it doesn't matter which kit you have, just enjoy using them. There is a correct way to put these things on. Now, you could actually put all three of the close-up filters on your lens, but you must put them on in the correct order. The largest diopter goes on first, followed by the next largest, followed by the least largest. So if you have 3, and let's say you had a 4, a 2, and a 1, the 4 goes on, then the 2, then the 1. I also wanted you to note that sometimes you won't see 4 times written on the side of the filter, but you'll see +4. Same thing. So a +4, a +2, a +1, they're all diopters and they all indicate the magnification of that diopter. Also important to know that we're talking about depth of field, and as you stack up these filters, you will decrease the distance between the lens and the subject you're shooting. And when you decrease the distance between the lens and the subject, you'll actually increase the magnification, but you will also decrease the depth of the focus that you have, meaning that less of your subject can be in focus. So it's a trade-off. You're close, but you don't have the same depth of field as before. So you take off one of your filters and then you back up. Now you're a little further away, which isn't where you want to be, but you have greater depth of field. So there's a trade-off. And that trade-off brings you to the next point, and that is cropping after the fact. Maybe you want to be far away so that you can get greater depth of field, knowing that when you get this image into Photoshop, you'll do the cropping there. You'll fix it up a little bit after the fact. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything to this. You know what to do. So again, I'm specifically pointing out depth of field. Remember to consider it when you're taking your image. And this is where practice comes into play. If you don't know what you're doing, you have to practice and figure it out along the way. That doesn't mean take a picture and then go, oh, I got it. It means take the picture, look to see what's in focus, zoom in on the LCD. You have that technical ability, use it. So let's just summarize what we know. We know that Close-up filters are inexpensive, not very good quality, they're average. And when we stack filters on our lens, we go from the highest diopter first to the next highest to the least highest. Always use the tripod and make sure that you have fun when you're shooting. Enjoy the project and look at the shot list that you have to achieve. And if you have any questions, please talk to your instructor. If you don't, good luck, and I'm sure you're going to give the best effort you can, and I'm sure the quality of the work is going to be second to none. Enjoy!